You know, going into this film, I feel like I was going to be getting something a little different. Something that doesn't feel like the usual Bay formals. After all the awesome news I researched, like how Paramount was taking the liberty to create this new writer's room and how it was going to borrow different concepts from the stories and comics, I still knew somewhere down the line I was going to have to turn off half of my brain and its neurons to prevent myself from going completely batshit insane in this movie. And I already know that I'm going to have a lot of people saying, oh, here he goes with his pitching. Why can't RBG be grateful that we even have a Transformers film? And I honestly don't care anymore, man. Like, I give some of you guys respect because you actually see where I'm coming from with my criticisms. But the rest of you, with this mindless, it's us against them tribalist mindset, I could give two shits about. It don't even matter. Like, even if I take the time to defend these piss poor films and I get a lot of shit from the G1 fans, for you guys, I still get ganged up on. So I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't at this point. Now I'm going to try to keep myself composed and refrain from ranting for you guys, but I am so drained at this point because anytime I said, I just hope that Michael Bay doesn't squeeze in his cheesy Bayisms, I got shafted by so many of you guys, and I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Anything you expected to happen in this movie, based on some of the other Transformers cartoons or comics, it did not happen. And I warned you guys, it doesn't matter what you know about the series, you know how Michael Bay is. I honestly don't know how to go about doing this review, and seriously, I think you guys can tell by now that this is a non-scripted video, so I'm going to be going a little off the cuff here. Now, I'll say this, I enjoyed some of the movie. Like, the beginning scene regarding the Knights was tight. It was actually pretty good. Like, you can tell that the writers aren't just giving us that typical plot device just to add that sense of urgency like the last films did. You could tell that the writers were trying to expand this new universe for these oncoming films. You can tell that there's a lot of world building in this, which is a good thing. Michael Bay has mastered his craft and how the Transformers look and move on the big screen, and the visuals were worthy of the $20 I spent for an IMAX 3D ticket. I know you guys think I'm too hard on Bay, but I go above and beyond to show how he's made the Transformers brand more prevalent than it's ever been, because the franchise is, for all intents and purposes, made for marketing. It's all about the toy product at the end of the day, guys. You have to realize that. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be hearing Peter Cullen and Frank Welker reprising their roles as Optimus Prime and Megatron. As a matter of fact, Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman, the screenwriters for the first two films, went to develop the CG animated series Transformers Prime, giving you that realistic Michael Bay aesthetic while maintaining the core elements of what made the classic characters so good. And that series went on to win an Emmy Award. So yeah, I acknowledge what Bay has contributed to the Transformers brand, unlike a lot of you haters. But as I say over and over, as much as I love this franchise, I cannot sit here and dick ride this dude. I'll say it once and I'll say it again, the human components are the main thing crippling these films, and don't get me started on that stupid stereotypical jokes that he insists on squeezing up in there. It's like he allowed the new writers team to do everything but told them that he has to just inject that humor, and he has to do it because that's what makes these movies great, right? It's not the Transformers themselves that bring in the money, right? It's the stupid humans who all have the same one-track mindset. But I'll say this about the movie. If you're a fan who's enjoyed the last 4 installments and are unfazed by the cringy Bay formula, then you're gonna absolutely enjoy this film. Like, I have to admit, this is a whole lot better than Revenge of the Fallen and Age of Extinction combined. Like, there weren't any moments that made me wish I had to take a piss just to walk out of the theater. This is way more tolerable than those two films combined. And my biggest complaint about the lack of Transformers and Age of Extinction was fixed, because there had to be a lot of actual on-screen transformations that superseded the last 3 films total. But you knew that from the multiple TV spots and trailers, come on now. And I'd even go so far as to say that this robot roster is the biggest we've ever gotten in the entirety of the film saga. So yes, there are good reasons to go into this movie. But that don't mean we gonna spend time with the robots themselves, come on now bruh, you already know. Who told you to go into a Transformers movie thinking you were gonna know them on a personal level? Get that shit out of here, son. Michael Bay don't play that shit. Now, when my boy Marky Mark and the Funky Human Bunch is on the screen absorbing half of the budget, I cannot understand for the life of me why Hasbro hasn't just asked Michael Bay, hey, don't you think it would be smart just to give the robots a little more dialogue? Oh, what's that? You can't because you believe the horrible comedic timing saves the film? Okay, well, I guess just keep doing what you're doing. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, anytime I saw a Transformer on the screen, I was happy. Like, you guys don't even understand. Like, even happy to see Hound, and you guys know how much I hated that nigga in the last film. He was annoying as hell. That's how urgent it is. We need to see more of what the movies are named after. The Transformers. And just a heads up, if you think the trailers gave away the plot of the movie, then fret not, because it's probably the exact opposite of what you thought. For the most part, I was just laughing to myself how most of the points I said in my videos were 80% correct. Those many Dinobots we heard about, they didn't get any explanation on how they got there. And if you were looking forward to seeing how Galvatron got his new body as Megatron, well, you're shit out of luck, because like every Transformer we got from the second movie and onward, we leave you in the dark in typical fashion, son. Oh, and I don't need you guys coming to my old speculations stating the obvious after you've watched the film. Like, any spoilers left from my comments area will be deleted and you'll be blocked. But anyways, the kids are gonna enjoy this movie because the pacing has gotten somewhat better and the Transformers action was on point. You gotta admit that. Like, I can at least say that the ending got me in my feelings, even if we only mostly saw Optimus Prime for the ending portion of the film. If anything, this film should just be renamed Transformers The Last Minute, because all those scenes and in-depth storytelling you thought you were going to see regarding evil Optimus is just a fraction of the story. I kind of feel like the trailers played me too with all the shots we saw evil Optimus in, but you'll see what I mean when you see the film. As far as the human cast is concerned, they weren't completely underwhelming. Like, we don't have to deal with another Tessa from Transformers 4. Like, I thought I was going to hate Isabella Mona's character, but she wasn't as bad as I thought she was going to be. Granted, I honestly can say it wouldn't make a difference if she was in the film or not. She's kind of like the Daniel from the '86 animated film, if you know what I mean. Laura Haddock, I didn't really mind her. She served her purpose of making little boys in men's pants tighter as Bay intended for her to do, even though they tried to give her some significance. I think the one human that steals the show is obvious, and that is Sir Anthony Hamilton. That dude I could actually tolerate even if he was given that Bay formula too. As I stated earlier, if you have no problems with the typical Michael Bayisms and the way the Transformers are presented in these movies, then you will love this film, and I actually recommend you go see it. But if you're one of the ones who don't enjoy those aspects but still expected something different, even though you've had the wool pulled over your eye countless times, probably for the 5th time, do yourself a favor and wait till the movie is available to rent. I obviously wanted these films to do good in the box office, guys, like I really did, because they're at the forefront of the franchise. Like they at least need to do good in the box office to keep the brand relevant. I kind of hate to do this to myself, but what else can I do? Like, I love the Transformers brand. I'm literally at the mercy of my obsession at this point. The opening box office records for this movie have been abysmal, so everything is hinging on the Eastern audience at this point, because the US audience is done. It's over, son. These movies have pretty much ran off some of the diehards in the West. Like, people aren't falling for it anymore. It's kind of sad, honestly, because Paramount has been taking so many L's in the box office, and this movie is their last chance to come home with $1 billion. That's why they've been marketing the hell out of it. But that's enough of my rambling. I'm sorry if this review was all over the place. I just didn't know what to say. Like, this video was supposed to be made 2 days ago. I really didn't feel like doing it, but I know you guys wanted to hear my thoughts. If you want a spoiler review, let me know, because I plan on doing one a few days after the film is sort of settled down and more people have actually seen it. And don't worry about me not having anything else to talk about regarding the movies, because we still got to talk about the new B movie and the other prequels. We just got to hope that this is really Michael Bay's last film. Like, I don't hate the dude, but he's got to go. This is like George Lucas with the Star Wars films. He may have started it and made something cool and unique, but anything else he touches afterwards, they don't turn out well. But anytime other directors take over, they do exceptionally well. That's the same thing with the Transformers franchise. Like, Michael Bay, he created something good. We actually got a chance to see what it would be like if the Transformers were in live action format. But it's just high time we got some new blood in the director's chair. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about The Last Knight. As I always say, I appreciate it if you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up. It can be a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback and will only help your boy improve on future content. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more Transformers videos, subscribe and hit that notification button to stay updated. But this was your boy RBG hitting you guys up in another video. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.